Hello boys and girls, I hope you've had a great week at school and are excited to find out what we can learn about Jesus tonight. Today's story is really about a battle. If you take a look at the map, the little red circle shows us where we live in Northern Ireland, and the purple circle shows us Israel, which is where tonight's story takes place. Joshua was a leader of the Israelites. He was a very good leader, and his army had defeated lots of other armies. People were actually afraid of him because they were so strong and so powerful. The Gibeonites were afraid that the Israelites would attack them. So they actually made an agreement so that Joshua and his people would be on the same side, and if they had to fight, they would fight together. In Israel, there were 5 evil kings. They decided to attack Gibeon because it was a great city. So the Gibeonites asked Joshua to come and help them. Joshua knew that God would be with him, defending the Gibeonites. God was on their side. When the battle took place, he threw the 5 kings into confusion and helped Joshua's people and the Gibeonites fight against their enemies by sending down lots and lots of really big hailstones. When they were still fighting and it was getting dark, Joshua prayed to God. He prayed that it wouldn't get dark so that they could keep on fighting and eventually win the battle. So for almost a full day, the sun actually stood still. There was no darkness. God made the Israelites win against their enemies. Boys and girls, the same God can help us fight against sin every day. We need to pray to God. We need to thank Him each day. We need to ask Him to help us live our lives, and we need to get to know Him better. You see, boys and girls, God not only answered Joshua's prayers, He still answers our prayers today. Well, girls and boys, I hope you enjoyed that story. I've now got 5 quick questions I want to ask to see how well you remember the story. If you're listening to this with a brother or sister, have a competition, see who can remember the story best. Question number 1. How many kings tried to fight God's people? Have you decided? I hope you'll get it right. We'll do the answers at the end. Number 2. Why did the Israelite army march all night? What were they going to do? Number 3. What surprising weapon did God send down to help Joshua? Number 4. What did Joshua do during the battle? Who did he talk to? And the last question, I hope you're doing really well at this. The last question, how did God make enough time to finish the battle? How well did he do? Let's find out. The answer to number 1, 5. There were 5 kings. The answer to number 2, the armies marched all night because they wanted to surprise the 5 kings. What weapon did God send down? He sent down lots of, did you get it right? Hailstones. What did Joshua do during the battle? Who did he talk to? He of course talked to God. And the last question, how did God make enough time to finish the battle? God made the sun stand still. I hope you did really well. Thanks for listening, boys and girls.
Nothing's too big, big, big for His power, and nothing's too little, little for His care. Nothing's too big, big, big for His power, and nothing's too really, really for
everybody, in tonight's story we heard all about how Joshua prayed to God during the battle and the sun literally stood still in the sky. Well, tonight we're going to play a game all about that. I'm going to give you an action that you have to do, like running or jumping or hopping, and when you see the sun appear on the screen, what do you think you have to do? Stand still, of course. You stop like a statue. You're frozen. Then when the sun disappears, you go back to doing the action and we'll see how many times you get it right. Let's give it a go. Okay. Start running on the spot. That'll get us started. Running, running. Oh. What's just come up? You should be frozen now. Okay, back to running. The sun's gone. This time, try hopping. Can you try the other foot? Oh. It's back again. Okay, now let's try jumping. And running. And star jumps. And high knees on the spot. And running again. Brilliant. I hope you stopped and froze every single time the sun came up. Great job, everybody. Over the past 8 or so weeks, we've been learning all about the armour of God. We've talked about all the different pieces, and we thought and learnt all about how we can put on God's armour to protect ourselves. But I'm sure you know that just around the corner, Christmas is coming. Next week, we will be into December, so we are going to start diving into the Christmas story to learn all about that. And we hope you'll join us here, because Christmas is such a fun time and such an important time for us. So we thought it might be nice if you and the people in your house would share with us a little bit about what Christmas means to you. It could be what you think about Christmas. You could do it with maybe a brother or a sister, maybe mum or dad, or anyone who's in your house. And you could sit down and have a wee think and tell us what Christmas means to you. What do you love about it? Then send your videos into the email that's on the screen, because we would just love to hear it, and we may even be able to show some of those lovely videos in our Friday night videos too.